Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Bridgewater's Vikings going up against Newton's Panthers. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call on this Week 3 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. Peterson alone in the backfield. Bridgewater. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
They run again with Peterson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And for K'Wan Short, the questions about his motor really went away in 2015. Boy, what a season he had.
17 tackles for a loss last year, and, of course, give him another one right there. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And here's the first NFL catch for Laquan Treadwell. Call it a pickup with 7, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down. Brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. From his goal line here, Newton. A dump off here to Stewart. And he's brought down after a good game. Offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. There goes Jonathan Stewart, the 30. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. That was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for when they get to the line of scrimmage.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes Diggs. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Luke Kuechly is absolutely amazing. Maybe the best middle linebacker in the game. Not only is he cerebral, this guy's athleticism is off the charts.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Adrian Peterson off to the races. Touchdown, Vikings. Adrian Peterson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan, and there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Newton now to throw. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the #1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
He's got his man on the crossing route. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition, because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Shift together here from the D-line. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now they pitch it. It's Stewart. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Everson Griffin was a valuable reserve for most of his career, but has really blossomed since entering the starting lineup.
Newton to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Now the Panthers get set, 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to account for Cam Newton on this play.
Now Newton on third, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Panthers add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And now out comes Minnesota. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
And it's okay in terms of mindset because
the Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Charles Johnson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Throwing is Bridgewater. Now they go screen. It's complete. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He dumps it off to Artis Payne. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch. And it came on a crossing route. I could just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Sharif Floyd in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Going right side here, and that's complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd down now after the pass completion. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a night.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A first-time Pro Bowler a year ago, Everson Griffin, in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return, and the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Well, they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Over the middle here to Rudolph. A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
1st down, here's a run with Peterson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The ball carrier there, Adrian Peterson, he turned 31 back in March.
But after his return from knee surgery a few years ago, that incredible return, I don't think we look at his number the same way as we do a lot of running backs who turn 30.
Yeah, I agree, and right now standing 17th all time in the NFL rushing ranks.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Jeff Locke now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right on the 30. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Stewart on 1st down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. To throw on second down is Newton. He hits Stewart in the flat. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Newton now to throw. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. Time to step aside. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Peterson alone in the backfield. On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. That's caught by Treadwell. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He's going to look deep down the field. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Laquan Treadwell with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So 2nd and 10 here.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Newton on 3rd down. And Olsen over the middle. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next
touchdown, Carolina. Devin Funchess, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And he will take a knee here. So per the new rules in 2016, this will be brought out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He's got time. And that will be caught. But out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. Here's Jeff Locke now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And it's fielded at the 34. Penalty marker is down here. Now Newton on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Newton to throw. And caught left side, Olsen. And he's brought down after a good game. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared.
Touchdown, Carolina! Jonathan Stewart, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And his kick is right through. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Flushed out right. Room here to run. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Obviously, a big play was needed. And you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Every now and then, you hope some volleyball training actually comes into play as a defender. When a ball's tipped in the air, nice play by the defense, got a hand on it, but when it's in the air, it's up for grabs. And too many times in this league, we've seen great plays happen for an offense as a result of a ball tipped in the air.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Darryl Worley, the rookie, picked it. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Now onto the field, here come the Panthers. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now following the interception, here's Newton. He hits Stewart in the flat, and he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 21 that time, and that leads to a Carolina first down. On first down, it's Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A first-time Pro Bowler from a season ago, Anthony Barr. Charging hard for that outside linebacker spot. He gets in to drop him for a loss of 12. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Kelvin Benjamin. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Let's go.
2nd down, Bridgewater. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come up in an offset eye. To throw is, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The 2015 Pro Bowler, K'Wan Short, in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Bridgewater. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
A strong running. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting him to shreds.
And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The fullback comes through with a big play there. 35 yards. Now a 10th carry for Jonathan Stewart. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing is Bridgewater, and it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Touchdown, Vikings! A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. These have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. Fozzie Whitaker now on the return. Oh, what a move. Oh, he shifts past him. Still fighting for more. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Stewart is the lone setback. From the 50, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. They have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And 21 yards there as they convert on third.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up. Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
Back to throw, Newton. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Now third down, less than a yard. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on third and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Throwing on third down, Newton. This will be caught just inside the 10. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They come out here in the I. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is third and goal. Now Newton on third and goal. Steps away to his left. He hits Stewart in the flat. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. To throw, Bridgewater. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a second down. Second down and 4. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. The second down throw for Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Here's Bridgewater. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone, and they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Here's Bridgewater. Flush to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cordero Patterson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Another run for Stewart. He's been busy. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. He gets it to Brown, complete. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Throwing here, Newton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
And now with the time of the play clock almost up, Ron Rivera's going to call a timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Try to punch it in, Stewart. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. So Carolina eating some clock on the ground there, and part of why they were the NFC champs last year, number 2 as a team in the running game.
They played their identity last year. Offensive line, they could move people in the run game. Jonathan Stewart running it. Of course, big Cam Newton could be a short yardage guy. And remember, their head coach, Ron Rivera, a defensive guy. They love to run the football.
So 3rd and goal, Stewart. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Stewart, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like...
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way, and you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
All right, partner, still pretty early in the season here, but it always feels good to be undefeated.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what part of the season. When you're putting together wins like this, every team will take that type of a record. Gives you confidence for the rest of the year going on.
So for Carolina, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they will be at home